What do you got going on?
I got a drill and an impact driver here. And I have tons of comments in my comment section. They come over day after day after day for at least the last 3 years. One comment is more absurd than the next. It seems as though there's information on the internet that says that these two tools are used for specific purposes and specific purposes only, and that everybody is using them wrong. I will tell you all that you've been lied to. You've been lied to. You've been lied to. You've been lied to. And in this video, we're going to give you the truth of how you should be using these tools. Here they are.
The entire mechanical system of an impact is exactly incorrect for drilling holes. It's about precision, not speed, if you're drilling blank holes with the impact.
I would agree, especially this Makita XGT impact driver. Yes, it has 3 speeds. It's got a tightening mode, a loosening mode. Yes, this is made for delicate work, but it also can be used to drill holes, and it can be used to drill holes effortlessly. Look, I have this 1.25 inch spade bit. Now, it's one thing if I was going to be drilling down in front with a handle, but let's just say you're not in the perfect situation. Let's just say you're up overhead or out in front, or more importantly, do you want a tool that's going to potentially kick back at you? It was a one-handed operation with the impact driver. Maybe you could do that faster with a drill. Am I going to be able to do it without installing a handle, using one hand up in the air? I say, no, I'm not. And that's why this impact driver is not only suited for delicate work, it's also suited to drill holes.
You're using a drill as an impact gun. Try using that drill to drill 7/8 inch holes through metal and tell me which one is better.
If we're going to be drilling metal, both of these tools will be suited to do the task. Yes, you can drill metal with an impact. We've done it in multiple situations. But if I needed to drill a much larger hole, something like a 7/8 inch hole, we're talking 1/8 off of an inch, I'm probably going to be doing that with a drill. I think what my biggest problem is when gurus tell you there's only one way to get from A to Z.
I always say I may not know the best way, but I know a way. There's different ways.
What other comments we have there?
I'd rather not drill with my impact, but I totally will. I don't drill a lot of holes, so I typically don't have a drill on me. Unless I'm drilling pilot holes, I use the impact because it's lighter and more convenient for me personally.
That comment agreed, but disagreed that they didn't want to use the impact, but they would. But why wouldn't you?
Drilling holes with an impact is a choice.
Yes, and it's in my opinion, a smart choice when it makes sense.
In a lot of cases, and especially if that's the tool I have with me.
Yeah.
Thanks. Except for very small holes, no serious handyman will use an impact drill for concrete. For concrete, the main choice of weapon are SDS drills.
If you need to repetitively drill holes through concrete, yeah, you use an SDS rotary hammer. You have bits like this that are indexed for 1/4 inch collets, and they're made for multi-material. You could cut through metal, wood, plastic, and concrete and masonry with this. Now, these bits go up to 3/8 of an inch. Are we saying that if you were going to be drilling 1 inch or 1.25 inch holes, that you should be using an impact driver? No. But not everybody owns a rotary hammer. So if you have an impact, you can get that job done.
You're not even supposed to drive lag screws with an impact. Why would you drill holes with one?
This tool is perfectly suited to driving lag fasteners because of the hammer and anvil mechanism inside the tool. Instead of creating rotational forces that could kick back at you, it uses that hammer and anvil to spin the lag fastener. Once again, we're talking about a task that is effortless. when you're using an impact driver.
Bro is driving screws with a drill.
You know, we've been getting this more and more frequently. A lot of times I'm going impact driver nowadays, but a drill is perfectly acceptable for driving fasteners. Now, if you wanted to drive much larger fasteners, you will need to install that side handle. If I'm doing extremely delicate work, I might go drill because of the clutch settings. You can see here, we have this standalone setting here on this ring. We have hammer, we have drill, we have this elusive clutch setting that's designed specifically for driving screws. This drill has multiple clutch settings. We can go all the way from 0 or 1 to 41. That would be on 1. We've only driven this fastener to that predetermined depth. If we needed to go a little bit further, we might set it up, let's just say number 5. You can see it's overdriven. So let's go to 3. You can see we're right there, just deep enough. We could fill that hole in if this was a finished piece of work. If we were maybe even setting drywall, we had a small dimple, we could put joint compound over that. So a drill can be tailored for very precise screw driving tasks.
Drills make more precise holes. Impact driver just get the job done.
If I were to want a portable handheld tool to maybe drill through cabinetry, finished cabinetry, I think that I would indeed reach for a drill, because I don't want that tear out that could potentially happen if using an impact driver. It would all depend on what your level of finish is. To say that this is just this and this is just for that, it would be grossly inaccurate.
I tend to overheat my impacts when drilling holes, so I use a drill instead.
Any tool can be overheated depending on the number of holes and how repetitively, how quickly you're driving those. But if you were doing rough-in for a PVC pipe, you're putting in 2-inch pipe, yeah, you're gonna want something like a hole hop.
Use a drill to bore a hole. Use an impact to drive the bit through the wood.
I agree. Use the drill to drill a hole. Use the impact to drill the hole, or drive a screw into the wood, and you can do that with the drill. I agree.
Thanks. On service calls, I only have my impact in my bag. I use it to drill regularly, goes through 2x4s just fine. 1 inch, no problem. A few holes, no biggie. If I have a lot of drilling to do, then I take out my drill.
And I think that sums up my mindset. It's what tool works best for the individual and the tasks that they're trying to accomplish. To have someone on social media tell that guy in our comment section, tell you you're doing it wrong because you're using the wrong tool, because someone's using it to drill a couple of holes, or drive a couple of screws, they're doing it wrong. I think it's absurd.
No one uses drills anymore for making holes. Impacts do a much better job using spade bits.
A lot of the areas where we used to grab a drill, we're just going for impact drivers. I mean, we had a video over here. We talked about the crossover between oscillating multi-tools and recip saws, and how a lot of times a task where I would grab a recip saw, I'm now using an oscillating multi-tool.
And it's the application. The new technology in these tools, it's given handymen and people out on service calls the ability to drag less weight with them throughout the back corridors of shopping malls or commercial properties. You don't always have an ideal setup where you could set up your entire tool lineup.
It's less that I could potentially leave on the job once I'm leaving, right?
Good point.
So if I only go in with an impact driver because it's going to accomplish my driving and drilling tasks, so be it. But if I was to go in with a hammer drill like this, because I know I have drilling covered, I have driving covered, I could even do some masonry with this.
And as long as you're not jeopardizing the integrity of your work or the finished product of your job, why would I have to walk those football fields and miles back to the vehicle or to the truck to get the other tool when I have a tool on site that can do the job?
You know what's more important? Why does anybody on the internet care?
You're wrong. Okay. I drive fasteners with either my 1/4-inch impact gun or my 1/2-inch impact gun. I use my drill to drill holes.
I don't even know what to say about that. Yes, we're not saying you're wrong for making that choice, but I'm not wrong for drilling holes with this impact or driving screws with this drill.
Not at all.
They're both made so that they could chuck in drive accessories or drilling accessories. Matter of fact, this drill bit in particular is made specifically to work with impact drivers. I mean, it's impact ready.
It's chucked a specific way.
So to say it's not an impact driver is not made to drill holes, I don't know, somebody better call up.
Yeah, I was just going to say, go call big corporate.
Yeah, you better call Bosch and
Diablo.
Diablo and let them know that they're not supposed
wrong.
to be drilling with
Can't
this
do
stuff.
it. No one uses the clutch, variable trigger speed, or just the impact driver like everyone else. The drill is used for pre-drilling holes.
So Italian Dio is speaking for the entire world. Everyone else. Now, Italian Dio, I will personally agree with you. I very rarely use the clutch. I do use prudence with my trigger finger. Professionals are using these tools interchangeably. There is crossover. And frankly, the harsh comments insisting upon that there isn't crossover, it's just absurd. Being a professional means that you take a tool and apply it to its best abilities to get your job done.
They may have been invented for specific reasons, but if this is the tool that you have on the job, that doesn't mean that there's no crossover. Just because this was intended originally just for drilling and this may have been intended just for fastening, doesn't mean that this doesn't drill and that doesn't fasten.
I couldn't have said it any better myself. And I hope to see you all on the next one.